Welcome back. I am unapologetically Eric. You can follow me on X at Eric Not Sorry or on Facebook at Unapologetically Eric. So today I'm going to get into a few things, but in the title it is Justice for Laken. Today, the Laken Riley's killer was found guilty. If you do not know who Laken Riley is, she was a beautiful young woman, a nursing student in Georgia. And while she was out jogging one morning, which is something that she often did, she was attacked and brutally raped and murdered by some guy who's, I'm not going to say his name. He's a piece of shit. He's a monster. He's also an illegal. And he's an illegal from Venezuela. And some other details have come out throughout the case. And I want to get into some of that. And it's gotten very interesting. It's gotten very political. So let's get into it. So I have to chuckle a little because I have heard some people on the political left mention that regarding Laken and this whole case and everything, that simply because the person, the suspect, they can't say that anymore, the killer, is here illegally doesn't make them, criminals. Which, okay, logic, I guess. But I hear them say, well, that's not indicative of all illegals. Okay, fair enough. Well, how many illegals are criminals? Technically 100%. They broke the law coming here illegally. But, okay, for sake of argument, I know what you mean. But it's not 0%, and here's proof. And this incident is not, it's not a standalone. It happens all the time. Drunk driver, illegal, kills a family in an accident. Oh, gee, that's also not a one-off. But this really hit the headlines because obviously things have gotten real tense politically, and everything can be made political nowadays. I mean, shit, you could see a commercial on TV for fucking pudding pops and make that commercial political somehow, okay? But it's true. This is an issue. This is a crisis. The flow of people illegally into the country is a crisis, and some people say it's not. It's not a problem. It's great. But I strongly disagree. So, again, this is not a stand-alone issue, but it became very political. Because also recently, it happened after this, was reports of gangs from, illegal gangs from south of our border taking over apartment buildings in Colorado. And officials were like, no, this is not happening. No, this is not. Now, I'm not talking about, they're eating dogs. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about people just basically having their apartment building taken over by a big gang and being extorted and so on and so forth. And if, like I said, officials were like, no. Yeah, it came out. Yeah, it's true. It's really happening. It really is happening. Gangs, American gangs, Bloods, Crips, and all that shit. When they pop off, that's bad enough for our culture and our, area, neighborhoods and such. Now we're importing them illegally, and they're taking over apartment buildings and shit. What the fuck? Now it came out in this case with Laken Riley. This guy is also a gangbanger from some big elite, some pieces of shit. Oh, shocker. But then I also hear the left say things like, oh, the right is they're just using, this incident and the death of this poor girl. They're just using it as a political prop. Oh, really? You want to go there? School shootings? Really? You want to go there with me? Okay, yes. I will agree. The right and the Republicans and so on and so forth are using this incident as a political prop. Yes, of course. Because the old saying goes is you don't let a crisis go to waste. However, this is actually a crisis. The flow of people coming through our border is a crisis. Now, I'm not saying school shootings aren't bad or anything like that. No, of course not. However, if we were having school shootings where 25 plus people were, you know, you know, every other day of the week and literally tens of thousands of victims a year, okay, that would, yes, genuinely be a crisis. Okay, but come on. Come on, let's be adults here. We all don't like that school stuff. We don't like that. But crisis? No, the border is a fucking crisis. And Laken is just another victim. And so I'm glad that piece of shit was found guilty. Now, just yesterday, the day before this verdict came out, Los Angeles has declared themselves by law, by decree, that they are a sanctuary city. So when evil orange man takes over, you can't come in and kick out the illegal people. That's a violation of federal law, I thought. I mean, I don't know. I'm just some fucking idiot with a microphone, but yeah, the border is federal stuff, so your law doesn't mean shit. I mean, it would look ugly politically, you know. Oh, we see he's bringing in the troops. Okay, it sets up political theater. But in reality, these people don't give a fuck about Laken. Yeah, I said it, because it's true. The trial is going on regarding an illegal that killed an American, and Los Angeles thought it was a good idea during that same time, during the case, to pass a law to become a sanctuary city, to be a safe haven for people that don't fucking belong in America. At least didn't come here through the proper channels. Maybe they do belong here. I know that there's a lot of good people, right? I mean, again, percentages, right? It's not 0%. But they didn't come through the proper channels. They care about them more than you and more than her and her family. And the hundreds of, not hundreds of thousands, but, the tens of thousands, I am sure, other people out there are victims of illegals. From drunk driving to robbery, assault, you name it. Oh, but crime stats show that crime's down. Wrong. That's a lie. It's all a lie. It came out later. The crime stats are actually, the first released were wrong. They were, air quotes, updated, and crime is actually higher. It's off the charts now. And also, unreported crime has also increased. So, do the math. Yes, it's not all illegals that are doing crime. Plenty of Americans are doing crime. But we have our own problem. Let's not open up another spigot, So, I can't believe that during that trial, L.A. did that. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I can't believe they did it, but it's like, come on, bro. But it's not surprising. I mean, really, it is, but it's not. So, and then Trump just picked some guy for, like, the border and immigration, and people are all pissed off. But, yeah, he's going to be coming with a sledgehammer, so shit's going to get interesting. But, yeah, justice for Laken, that piece of garbage that did what he did to her, was found guilty. And who knows how long he's going to go away for. I don't know if they have the death penalty there. I know that's another touchy subject for some people. Some other interesting things that did pop up in the trial, though. I'm not going to get into the details of what he did. If you want to watch that and listen to it, the transcript, the video from the court, it's online, it's on X. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to play it. I don't even know how to do that, but I wouldn't even if I did. But some of the other things that came up that were interesting was some of the things that have been being denied vehemently, that the federal government is not helping import illegals. Oh, some details came out that this guy, Laken Riley's killer, and his roommate were indeed flown by the feds. Your tax dollars, your money, your government flew them to, I don't know, I think it was New York, and gave them money and gave them shelter, hotels, on your dime, on Laken Riley's dime, on her parents' dime. Yeah. How fucked up is that? Oh, we don't have a homeless crisis here in this country. We don't have that. We don't have a problem with that, right? No, no, no. You see that guy over there with a hook hand, looking really sad and dirty. He smells real fucking bad, and he's got an American flag, and he's got a hat that says veteran. Yeah, fuck that piece of shit. Oh, you're here illegally? Oh, come here, son. Come here. Give me a hug. Here, you need some money? Here, those shoes. You walked here, right? Here, let's get you some new shoes. You want a shower? Need some food? Here. Here's some money for food. You can stay up in this 5-star hotel. Don't worry, it's on us. Have a ball. Some bubble baths. That's great. Open bar because it's on us. Thanks for coming. Is there anything else we can do for you? Oh, we could probably make this a monthly thing. Would you like us to? That's what our federal government is doing to people that don't belong here. Yeah. Oh, well, I feel for those people. A part of me feels for those people too. I have said it in other episodes. Myself. I can only talk for me. I am blessed that I was born who I am, where I am, and the time I was born in. Many of us can say that. Not all of us. Some of us were born in a shitty part of a shitty country with shitty parents, seeing a lot of nasty stuff, right? So you want to go to a place like where we are, where we're blessed for a better life. And I commend that, and I get it. I feel that. But in reality, there are laws. There is a way to do that. We need to vet a good person that really grew up in a crappy... They were dealt a shit hand. We want them here. We want to help them get here. But are they the right person? And we can't bring in too many people. I mean, it's called the... Look at the financial system and the schools and all. And I'm going to go... Oh, wow. Hello, Windows. Ba-ding. Sorry about that. I got to update something. So... I'm not going to continue going down that rabbit hole, but you understand what I mean. I do feel for some people that were dealt a shit hand. I do. I was not dealt... who was dealt a better hand than myself, though? Look at some of the rich celebrities, some athletes, and their kids. They were dealt a better hand than me. Well, okay, wham, boo-hoo. But I understand the human... connection to people that genuinely want a better life. I get it. But you can't have just an open door, because then you have incidences like Laken Riley. And you can't have that. And the strain on the system and so on and so forth. So all the lies of our federal government saying that they did not do that, we have a convicted murderer and his roommate saying that they, in fact, genuinely did that. So again, how often has our federal government facilitated in bringing in illegals illegally into our country on your dime? It's not 0%. Maybe it was just this guy and his roommate, so it was just 2 people total, ever. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But again, that still would not be 0%, correct? Who's in charge? Political party and people. Those people need to be held accountable. I don't give a fuck what's next, what letter's next to their name. Whoever facilitated this shit needs to be held accountable. And I'm not talking violence. I'm talking stripped of power, removed from position, and charged. Treason. Something. I don't know. But they should be charged. They should be in a jail cell right next to Laken Riley's killer. Absolutely. That's my opinion. That's the bottom line. Because I fucking said so. So in closing, if you want to know more, please do your research. You know I'm not going to do it for you. But to Laken Riley's family, I know this decision doesn't change your day to day. I know it doesn't. And for any family that's ever experienced anything like that, you know that. You know, everybody says, yay, justice. Doesn't bring them back. The pain is still there. and they are still not there. However, I hope something good, whether it was a smile, even if it was for 3 seconds. You had a 3-second smile. Awesome. And everything went back to what you were normally dealing with. I hope those 3 seconds were a great 3 seconds. I hope today helps in some way. And once this monster goes away and is truly locked up, I hope you get a little more joy or a 2-second smile, something. Just something positive. So, justice for Laken Riley today. That's wonderful news. I think I'm going to close on that. So, thank you for tuning in. Everybody, please take care of yourselves and get that turkey and all that good stuff ready for next week. And if you like this episode, check out my others. Look forward to more in the future. Like, follow, share, all that, all that crap. So, until next time, keep being you.